Unlocking your desires, the path to fulfillment. Hello, people. Welcome to a podcast where we unravel the mysteries of your infinite existence, the infinite power that you be on this planet when you are alive. So, we are talking about unlocking your desires, which is actually the path to your fulfillment in this life that you are breathing into while you're on the planet. Ever wondered? Every human being has a lot of desires. Some get fulfilled and maybe others don't. Or they get fulfilled in their due course of time. So actually what happens? What goes into the play where the desires do not come to the fulfillment as you have thought of it? Where things that you have desired do not show up the way you wanted them to show up. The first thing that I'm going to bring you and to your notice today is when your desires don't show up the way you have asked them to, you may be giving away your power by going into the reaction. I have seen very many people in the sessions, in the workshop or otherwise who come for consultation in regards to wellness and consciousness with me. They have this burning desire to achieve something. However, they themselves become their own enemy. Yes, somebody who has this burning desire to achieve something, to become something, does not even realize when they have become their own enemy, and they tend to use their power against them instead of for them. And all of this just begins to happen very surreptitiously and subconsciously. And most times people miss seeing that. So take a look at your own life. What were the things that you really desired from your life? What were the things that you so wanted to achieve? Maybe in terms of recognition, in terms of a position where you work, in terms of a position maybe in a family, in your friend circle, in your business, something where you desired something, longing for it, and it did not show up. Did you go into blame? Did you go into shame? Did you go into regrets or guilt? These four things, blame, shame, regret, guilt, they do no good to you. They rather stop you, thwart you from moving forward in your own life. So these becomes the reaction. Okay, you're not responding to a certain situation which has not probably showed up in your favor as you had asked it to. So the propensity is to go into reaction rather than response. Now what happens is when you go into the reaction, you lose your own power. The power of your beingness. The power of the infinite potential that you have within you. Because now you have begun to see all those things outside of you, blaming them, pointing at them that they are the reason of you not achieving something. And that doesn't work. So here, first thing that I'm going to suggest is take a deep breath. Look at the situation. What's required is claiming your power, and claiming your power requires a conscious choice to respond and not react to a situation. So what does responding mean? Well, responding means taking a moment to assess the situation, consider your options, taking complete responsibility in your hand rather than throwing the responsibility outside that I could not achieve because of so and so and so. And once you take the complete responsibility of your choices, of the situation, and then you choose a course of action afresh that aligns with your values and goals, that aligns with your target that you're looking at, that you're looking to reach at. So reacting, on the other hand, is an automatic, subconscious, often emotional response where you get carried away. And it can be triggered by various emotions of fear, anger, helplessness, or other strong emotions. Now, once you get gripped by these lower emotions, the lower vibrations of these emotions, fear, anger, helplessness, and so on, you have given away your power outside. So I'm going to share some tips with you on how to claim your power back with the conscious, responsive state and not actually go into the reactive state. So how can you do that? First thing that you can do is take a deep breath. Actually, pause and take a deep breath. Whenever you feel triggered, take a deep breath and let it out slowly. When you exhale it, let it out slowly. This can help you calm down and think more clearly. This will allow you to see the entire situation more cognitively and with utter clarity. Okay? So that's first point, take a deep breath. Second is check your emotions. Actually look at what is going on within. Ask yourself what emotions you are experiencing at that moment and what is it bringing up in you. This can actually help you identify any biases or assumptions or judgments that may be clouding your response or that particular reaction. In every probability, it's either the biases or the judgments that or assumptions that you have about yourself or about somebody outside. And it just completely clouds your mind, discarding any kind of clarity that can come in. Okay? So check your emotions. That's the point number 2. Third is clarify the situation. For whom? Well, first for you. So take time to clarify the situation for you by asking questions and gathering more information. So actually when you ask question, don't look for answers. Nobody is going to give you any answers there. When you ask questions, you will see a kind of calmness coming within. Yes, within you. And this can help you better understand the situation and make a more informed decision based on the choices that you are making at that moment. Cool? So point number 4 is consider your options. Once you have a clear understanding of the situation, consider your options. What are your best options here? Are there any choices that you have available but you have not thought of? They have not come in your cognitive awareness because you're so clouded by the reaction and emotions that you're not able to see those choices. So take a complete, clear stance and look at the situation. Maybe there are new choices which are available which you have not even perceived. They're not even in the realm of your perception. Okay? And once you make a particular choice, ask questions like, will this contribute Will this take me to what I am looking to create? When you ask that question, you will sense a kind of lightness in your body. So if you ask a question, for example, there is a job opportunity which has showed up. So ask a question. If I take up this job, will it take me closer to my desire, the fulfillment that I'm looking at in my life? And if it is meant to do that, your body will give you an indication by a sense of lightness in it. And please remember, anything that makes you feel light in life is always the truth for you. On the contrary, when you ask that question about taking up that job, if it will fulfill your desire and take you on that path of fulfillment, and you sense the heaviness, no matter how lucrative that job is, don't go for it. Because that heaviness sensation by your body is actually guiding you that in the long run, it may not be a contribution to you. So this light and heavy tool is amazing. It actually shows you the possibility of the future, which actually your mind cannot see. But you know what? Your body can tell you. Why? Because body is that lighthouse. Once you begin to trust it, it begins to show you light. It begins to guide you, navigate you in the direction where your fulfillment and the desires that you have, that you're looking to fulfill, begins to show up. It shows you that path. It aligns you with that path of fulfillment. Cool? And here is the last point. Choose your response. Yes, finally choose your response. Make a conscious decision to respond rather than react. Remember that you have the power to choose how you respond to any situation. So anytime you have an urge and you have an urge to react, because reactions are always on an impulse, take a pause, breathe deeply, unclog your mind, your thoughts, consider all the choices that you have available, and then choose the response rather than a reaction to it. When you choose to respond and not react, you keep the power with you and nowhere outside. And you know what? When the power is resting with you, you as an infinite being on this planet, on this transitory journey on the planet Earth, can claim the power to choose, the power to create your life as you desire. So these are very practical tips and steps that I've shared with you here. And you can develop a habit of responding rather than reacting, which can actually help you claim your power in any situation, which, by the way, you may have lost. Yeah? So instead of going into blame, shame, regret, guilt, fear, anger, rage, fury, which are not going to contribute and not going to help you to reach where you're looking to reach, because these are all reaction responses. These are all reactive realities. And these are all coming out on an impulse. So do not get driven by your impulse. Rather choose a conscious response so that the power remains with you. And you know what? When you go on practicing it this way, choose to respond rather than react, this becomes your behavior. Because you have already set an intention that you choose to respond, not react. With that intention alone, this practice becomes a behavior. This behavior then becomes a habit. And that habit becomes a practice. That practice becomes the second nature, and that makes you who you are. Then it is simply who you are, because when it becomes your second nature, it becomes your operative state. Yes, as if you have upgraded your system. Okay, I hope this podcast helps you and you find it helpful. Thank you so much. I'm Arshia Seth, signing off. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful listeners. And here I am, Arshia Seth, with another podcast series, which is a series of 10 episodes. And the title of the series is Harmony Within. Embracing a holistic approach to wellness. So, welcome to Harmony Within, a podcast dedicated to exploring the transformative power of holistic approach to wellness which lies within. What we are going to do through these 10 episodes is help you unveil your power which is resting within. Yes, we dive deep into the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, and uncover practical strategies using the tools to cultivate overall well-being of your life. So, through insightful tools and techniques, advices, and sometimes the personal anecdotes, we will guide you on a journey to find balance, harmony, and vibrant health. Yes, it is possible, provided you listen to these podcasts and follow that which is being suggested here. So, in our first episode today, we are going to talk about the foundations of holistic wellness. What are these foundations? Well, in the first episode of Harmony Within, we lay the groundwork for understanding holistic wellness. What is holistic wellness? What is wholesomeness? Well, if I put it in simple words, is your joyous state of living with your body on the planet. So we explore the core principles that underpin this approach to well-being and discuss how it encompasses the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. By embracing a holistic perspective, you can cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling and wholesome life in your day-to-day life. Do you have to fight anything here? No. Do you realize how much energy is exhausted, how much you get exhausted, and how much energy is wasted when you're fighting? So what should you do instead? Well, first and foremost, begin to relax. Learn to relax, because that is something which we have not been taught from the time we have come here. And so we resort to learning the things like meditation, yoga, all of those external things we learn so that we can relax. If you ever watch a child, relaxation is a innate state of a child, of an infant. A small child is always in a relaxed state until the time the programming begins, and then it begins to take the program of this reality where relaxation is not allowed. It is not taught to you because you are taught to run, to race, to get into the competition if you want to win. Now, this is the entire approach which actually makes you a loser rather than be a winner. So, in this first episode, we are going to talk about this first segment, which is what is holistic wellness. We delve into the definition and principles of holistic wellness. We explain that holistic wellness goes beyond just the absence of illness. It's not the absence of wellness which is actually holistic wellness. We focus on the integration of physical, mental, emotional, spiritual aspects of well-being. By understanding the interplay between these elements, we can achieve optimal health and vitality. So, what is it that you can do and what is it that you can be to achieve this balance between mental, physical, emotional, and your spiritual aspects of living every day? It begins with relaxation. Secondly, the mind-body connection. It's important to understand and explore the powerful connection between the mind and the body. As if your mind is the steering wheel and your body is the car. So when your mind is directing the vehicle in a certain way, the body goes there. What if you interchange the position? What would happen if you allow your body to become the steering wheel and allow the body to guide your mind? Your realities will flip and change. Try that out. We discuss the mind's influence on physical health and vice versa, highlighting the impact of stress, emotions, and beliefs on our well-being. Understanding this connection enables us to approach wellness from a holistic perspective, addressing both mental and physical aspects of in simultaneity. So, what is the first thing that you can do? I have already suggested it is the ability to relax. Total relaxation, even in the situation of what you perceive as crisis or chaos. Yes, it is not taught to us how to remain calm in chaos. This is exactly what you got to be doing. And how can you do that? You can use this simple statement, which I'm now going to be sharing it with you. The statement is called, "All of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory." Start your day with this beautiful tool, end your day with this beautiful tool, and throughout the day you can go on chanting this as if like a mantra and see your life change in no time. This will help you gain that mental, emotional, and physical balance. This will help you not get carried away with the thoughts which may be sometimes positive, sometimes negative. So use this tool. It is a very powerful tool. Third thing that you can keep in mind is nutrition for holistic wellness. Yes, it's very, very important to look, to see, to pay attention to what goes in your body. And not only in your body, what goes through your senses. Consumption is not only through the mouth. Consumption is through your mind, through your eyes, through your five senses. So what are you consuming in terms of content? Social media has got plethora of content. What is it that you are consuming which actually is not good for your health? Nutrition plays a vital role in holistic wellness. And nutrition is not only about food, but also about what you feed your mind with. Do you feed your mind with a lot of action-oriented depressive content, sad content through the day? If that is what you do, you got to stop doing that right away. We emphasize the importance of mindful eating and mindful content as well, because it's going to be nourishing your body as well as your entire existence. So we discussed the benefits of balanced diet. Yes, balanced diet doesn't mean ordering food from outside. You don't know what goes in there. You may achieve that balanced diet when you consume fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. And something that you cook in your own kitchen, something that gets cooked in your own kitchen, where you know what goes into the preparation. So food is important. Other than food, what is important is hydration. The potential impact of food sensitivities on overall health is greater than what you think. Many a times people feel exhausted, tired, having sudden headaches or maybe migraines. Please ask your body, get in touch with your body, and your body is that amazing apparatus, that amazing tool which navigates you, gives you signals. So when you feel such conditions with your body, where you feel exhausted, burnout, and having probably headache or cramps, ask body, what do you require? Do you require some water? Do not mistake your need of hydration with the need of food. Many a times food is not even required, and many people mistake hydration to food. When body is actually asking for water, people fill up their body with food. There is very less food required by your body. It is more in your mind that wants to keep eating out of boredom. So pay attention to that. Fourthly, very important aspect is getting the movement in your body. Yes, exercise and movement. The physical activity is again very, very vital for holistic wellness. And the forms of exercise and movement that actually your body enjoys. So the benefit of regular physical activity also includes improved cardiovascular health, improved mental functioning, increased energy levels, and enhanced mood. So, importance of finding joy in movement and choosing the activity that align with your interest and abilities is very important again. So don't push your body to the gym or to the long walks when it actually wants to probably go cycling or swimming. Get in touch with your body again. Next, and the last, or maybe the second last, is self-care and stress management. Yes, these are essential components to holistic wellness. So the significance of self-care practices in nurturing our physical, mental, and emotional well-being goes a long, long way. There are various stress management techniques such as mindfulness, being totally present with your body wherever you are without any judgment of the situation or the circumstances or people around. In the time of stress or something which is chaotic and stressful, relax and choose to breathe deeply. Deep breathing exercises and relaxation techniques, when initiated mindfully by giving command, helps in a long run. And it can help you find balance and reduce the negative impact of stress on your body and in your overall life. Lastly, cultivate positive relationships. And the first relationship that you have on the planet is with you and your body. Healthy relationships contribute significantly to holistic wellness. So, the importance of fostering positive connections, setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, and engaging in effective communication, being able to express yourself freely are the important aspects of nurturing relationships and building a supportive community. And it enhances your overall well-being and provide a sense of belonging. So, in conclusion, before I wrap up this first episode, I summarize the key points as we discussed above. Holistic nature of wellness, highlighting the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. Embracing a holistic approach, you can take proactive steps to cultivate balance, harmony, and vibrant health in your life. Do not take your body for granted. Listen to your body talk to you. It's a muscle that you build with time. How you make new friends? That's exactly how you can begin to befriend your body. And should you require some tools and techniques to befriend your body, don't forget to grab my book called Body Love You to the Moon and Back, which is available on Amazon.in as well as Amazon.com for international listeners. Or you can order one from Chispaarsh website, which is www.chispaarsh.com. The book is filled with tools, techniques which are very simple and which allow your body and you to have total communion and befriend each other so that you have a life of ease, joy, fun, fulfillment, and playfulness while you're alive on the planet, and not create diseases, disharmony, or any malignancy in the body. Bodies are not meant to age or to create diseases. So with this, I am signing off till we meet again with the next episode of the series. Bye-bye. Hey beautiful listeners. Hi, I'm Arshia Seth, and here I am with the second episode of the series Harmony Within. So welcome here on my podcast, and I hope you are enjoying all the podcasts that we have uploaded so far. So we would love to receive if you have any suggestions, or if there is a particular topic that you would like me to speak on. So please put in your suggestions in the comments or get in touch probably through our website. Okay? So thank you for being here and listening to this new podcast, which is actually based on the topic of judgment. Judgment as the killer of harmony within. So we all know what judgment is. And if I broadly or narrowly define it, judgment can be defined as the process of forming an opinion, a point of view, or an evaluation about someone or something based on a certain criteria. I would say limited criteria. So when we judge others, we tend to focus on their flaws, their shortcomings, right? Rather than their positive qualities. We tend to ignore all the positives in face of even one negative. It happens very often in relationships. I'm sure you have noticed that. But what it does is, it can create a sense of negativity criticism that can damage relationships. First, it will damage your relationship with yourself and then with others. And that certainly undermines harmony. How does judgment start? Have you ever noticed? Judgment starts with your own self. When you judge yourself, when you judge how you be in the world, when you judge your existence on the planet, when you judge your body, when you judge your capacities, when you judge anything and everything about you. And it breeds early on in a very young age. Yes, judgment is something which is implanted in your children from a very young age, and it comes from you. And so there is judgment about studies, about grades, and the entire grading system, especially in institutions, the educational institutions, is about judgment. You remember that case where the brilliant students would be made to sit right in the front row of the class, and the not so-called bright students would be made to sit right at the end. That is judgment in its own self. Comparing two people, putting two people in competition is judgment. Always speaking and before speaking, thinking negatively about yourself and about others is judgment. So in judgment, when you make assumptions about yourself or about others without actually knowing all the facts. And so judgments are always based on your mental assumptions and inventions, which could be misleading. There is no facts in judgment. And then judgments lead to misunderstandings, miscommunications that actually cause conflict within you, with yourself, and with others, thus eroding trust. So when you judge others, you're often projecting your own insecurities, your biases onto them, which can further damage relationships and create a sense of discord. So is there a way to stop judgment? Well, yes. And you know what? I am going to be discussing some few processes here which you can hear on the loop and actually get rid of this weed called judgment. It is a weed, and you know how weed grows? It just grows anywhere and everywhere. So if you want to de-weed this negativity of judgment, start using these processes and start observing yourself when you're judging yourself first. For a judgment to be projected outside, it has to first be projected within. It's a vicious cycle. Judgment is a vicious cycle which actually causes strife and breakdown of harmony in anyone's life. So, when judgment is used carelessly, unawareness, unconsciously, it can be extremely damaging. It can erect barriers between people, stifling empathy, compromising the kindness and understanding. So in this podcast, we are going to talk about how judgment destroys harmony. And this podcast also talks about how empathy and understanding, kindness towards self and towards others are crucial for re-establishing equilibrium and promoting a more harmonious, wholesome existence on the planet. So how does judgment work? Have you ever thought about it? Well, judgment is also a prejudice and a discrimination. A very narrow outlook. Just like how horse has a blinkers. Horse cannot see anything, except seeing straight, because on the other sides, on both the sides of the periphery of the vision, horse has blinkers. So that's how narrow the outlook becomes when a person is in judgment. And then it gives rise to conflict and divisiveness. Yes, there is separation. When you are judging yourself or judging someone else, you are creating a separation with them. There is lack of empathy and understanding. There is stifling personal growth. Judgment can never allow you to grow and prosper in life. So develop self-awareness by becoming aware of your own thoughts about your own biases, which is broadly based on good and bad, right and wrong. And most of these good and bad and right and wrongs are based on certain conclusions, calculations, expectations, and separations and rejections. So consider the motivations behind your beliefs and push yourself to consider situations from various angles. How about taking a 360-degree panoramic view to a situation before you arrive to any conclusion based on your biases and judgments? So practice active listening. Yes, practicing active listening first within yourself. Listen to yourself. What are the thoughts that come to you which actually demotivate you, brings your morale down, instills negativity, and actually puts you in no action state? You just want to shut yourself. Listen to your own thoughts, whether it is about you or about anyone else outside. So we can set a good example by being careful about our thoughts, about what we speak, our language, and the actions that we subsequently take. Encourage an atmosphere of mutual respect, mutual caring and kindness, mutual honoring, consideration and compassion. Encourage yourself and others to examine your and their own biases and judgments and show them support when they do. It's easy to judge, my dear friends, because this is something which is bred, which is implanted at a very young age. And like I said, judgment begins with good and bad, right and wrong at a very young age, when an infant is being taught and is being programmed, do this, don't do this. This is the right way to do it, and this is not the right way to do it. That's how judgment begins. So absence of judgment can lead to harmony within oneself and primarily within yourself, because it allows for greater acceptance, allowance, and understanding of your own self. When you judge yourself and others, you create a barrier that can prevent you from truly connecting with the world outside. Similarly, when you judge others, you create a barrier that can prevent you from truly, being in harmony, having a peace of mind and ease with your own self. So here I would suggest practice no judgment. And I'm not saying it's easy. It is again a muscle to build. But once you start observing your own thoughts, start being more present in your life, in your day-to-day life, you will see that judgment begins to lessen in your life. You'll tend to become less judgmental in your life for you and for the world outside. So here are the 4 processes that I'm sharing, and listen to them and get over the judgment, thus establishing harmony within. What is your judgment of yourself? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. What is your judgment of you in regards to blank? Fill in this blank with anything where you are having a discomfort. It could be relationship, it could be money, it could be business, it could be your body. So I'm going to take the example of money here. What is your judgment of you in regards to money and finances and your financial reality? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. What is your judgment of sex with money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? That, right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. Sex and copulation is different, guys. Sex doesn't mean 2 people bringing their body parts together. Sex means when you're feeling totally amazing about yourself, when you're strutting your stuff, being well dressed, and you are fully confident and willing to show up in the world. Yes, that is sex. Not what this reality tells you. That is copulation. So the 4th process is, what is your judgment of you in regards to sex with money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyond. So I am going to be saying all the 4 processes, the judgment processes once again, in the context of money. Money is everyone's favorite. But you can replace money with any area of your life, say relationship, body, health, wealth, whatever you feel like. Just replace that one word and you can repeat these processes. So what is your judgment of money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. What is your judgment of you in regards to money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. What is your judgment of sex with money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. What is your judgment of you in regards to sex with money? Everything that is times a godzillion will you now destroy and uncreate? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all 9, shots, boys, poets and beyonds. Money is never difficult. It's your judgment which does not allow you to have free money inflow, free flowing money coming in your life like a tsunami. So if you would like to have more money in your life, guys, drop the judgment and choose joy. So replace judgment with joy. Yes, both starts with J. And you know what? Money goes where joy flows. Where there is judgment, there is no money. So this was the 2nd episode of how judgment is the destroyer of harmony within. Special topic on money. So enjoy, eliminate judgment, choose more joy and invite more money. Bye-bye. Hello, beautiful souls. This is Arshia Seth, founder, owner, Chispaarsh Catalyzing Change, based in India. And it's after very many days that I am here on the podcast. It's because of my voice. I wasn't sounding that great. under the effect of weather, having bad sore throat, and my voice was totally choked. And I was missing connecting with you guys here. So here I am today and continuing on a series of Harmony Within. Here I am with the fourth episode with the title of Trusting One's Knowing. It's very important to establish harmony within. And why did I use the word establish? Because everybody has that capacity of having the harmony within, which is lost in the due course of living. As we grow, as we take on this world's way of living, the harmony within begins to fade itself. So it's very important to trust your knowing, having confidence in your own intuition, your instincts, your inner wisdom, which I funnily called your inner GPS. Yeah, each one of us has our own GPS, which navigates us through what would work for us, what is the truth of us, not what this world is telling us. I hope you guys can hear this lovely sound of the cuckoo bird here. Thank you for contributing to this podcast, cuckoo bird. So coming back to that, I am a facilitator of change, a consciousness coach, and this is exactly what I do through my workshops. I facilitate, empower people to know that they know. And it is something which has changed so many people's life. I mean, go through the testimonials and the social media that is on the website, our YouTube channel and other, how people have had remarkable, miraculous changes through these workshops, through online and offline workshops. All of them are there. So, empowering people to know that they know means you have that capacity to know. You have always had that capacity to know your truth. All you need to do is de-layer, declutter all of those layers and filters which have taken over during the course of living over the number of years. So it's about relying on your internal guidance system, having complete faith in your ability to make sound judgments and decisions based on your not accumulated knowledge and experience of this world, but based on your internal knowing. The accumulated knowledge and experience of this world by far give you the bipolar results. It will only show you things, okay, this is good and that is bad. This is the right thing to do and that is not the right thing to do. Well, my question is based on whose responses, whose database. It is a probably research done, data accumulated, observing certain number of cases. But do you know what? Your truth is your unique truth. No one else will ever have the truth that you know you have it. So it is the key point here to establish, reclaim, re-own and acknowledge the harmony within which is lost in due course of time. And so I said re-establish because you always had that. You were born with it. Lost somewhere during the number of years, you have the power to re-establish it. So trusting one's knowing actually involves tapping into your inner resources. What are the beliefs and values that guide your actions and choices in your life. Look into that. It also means acknowledging and valuing your own insights with complete trust, not even a bit of doubt. Even if they do not align with popular opinion or external expectations. So, in my past episodes, I have mentioned how the outer world keeps projecting itself on each one of us every day with multiple filters on, with multiple judgments and expectations placed in there. You have to literally look for your truth like you're looking for a needle in a haystack. It requires immense amount of self-awareness, self-introspection, and a willingness to listen to your inner voice amidst and above all the noise and distractions of the outside world that you have around you. How can you achieve that? So here I'm going to discuss a few key aspects of trusting your knowing. I already said number 1 point, which is self-reflection. Trusting your knowing starts with understanding yourself on a deeper level. When I say understanding yourself on a deeper level, it means you have to peel off a lot of layers which have been put over you by this environment, by people around you, by family, by friends, by peer group. It involves self-reflection, introspection, and being in tune with your thoughts, which gives rise to a certain emotion, a feeling, and desires. By developing self-awareness, you can better identify and discern what feels right and authentic to you, even if it feels wrong to the rest of the world. So that's self-reflection and self-introspection for you. Secondly, accumulated knowledge. Trusting your knowing is built upon the foundation of your inner knowing without any filters, and not the accumulated knowledge and experience. Because your accumulated knowledge and experience is coming from the past. It could be many past lifetimes or even that past moment in your current life which is just gone. It means recognizing and valuing the lessons that you have learned throughout your life, whether through formal education, personal experiences, or insights gained from various sources and people. Drawing upon this knowledge allows you to make informed decisions and judgments, sure, but the ultimate decision based on your truth will be yours. So do consider all of the accumulated knowledge, for it is there for some reason. It is there that you have so many learnings based on your experiences, based on your knowing. However, do not allow it to override your intuition, your inner voice, your knowing. Thirdly, I would say intuition and gut feelings. Intuition plays a significant role in trusting your knowing. It's that gut feeling or inner sense that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide. So, and I include all the sounds that are in the environment, and what contribution can this be to this podcast that guides you even when logical reasoning may not provide a clear answer. So intuition is often based on subconscious processing of information, patterns, stuck patterns categorically, and experiences, and can provide valuable insights and guidance. So keep that in place. Fourth point would be the authenticity and values. So trusting your knowing requires aligning your actions and choices with your authentic self and core values. It means staying true to who you are, your principles, and what matters most to you. A slight, tinge of advice here. Just do cross-check all of these principles and your core values that you are operating out of are not based on somebody else's filters, is not using somebody else's lens. Just make sure. So by honoring your values and aligning your decisions, you can build a sense of integrity and fulfillment. And that will actually show you what truly works for you or what has never worked for you so far, though you have been sticking up to this value, calling it yours. Lastly, I would say embrace the uncertainty. There is nothing certain, not even your next breath. So trusting your knowing does not mean having all the answers or being infallible, never failing. No, it never means that. It involves embracing uncertainty and yet being open to the possibility of making mistakes. It's only human to err, right? And to forgive is divine. Haven't we all heard that? So encountering challenges in the life, making mistakes is part and parcel of your living. It requires the willingness to learn, adapt and grow, even when things didn't go or they don't go as planned. We live in an impermanence world. We live in a fallible world. Nothing is perfect. I've said this in my past episodes. Trusting one's knowing is deeply personal process and a unique one to each. It requires immense amount of self-trust, self-confidence, self-introspection, self-reflection, and the willingness to take responsibility for your choices and their outcomes without going into the rights and wrongs of it. So it is about finding the balance between drawing upon external knowledge and insights while honoring your own internal compass. Your internal compass cannot align with external knowledge necessarily, or it may. However, look into it that your internal compass is never bending towards the weight of that external knowledge. In that case, probably you have lost the inner insight. So make sure. So while trusting your knowing can be empowering, it is essential to remember that seeking external perspectives or maybe taking advices, suggestions, ideas from outside, expertise from outside can also be valuable, but not override your knowing. Balancing your internal knowing with external input can provide a well-rounded perspective and enhanced decision-making process. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey, and it is achieved by you becoming more and more friendly with yourself, by eliminating and eradicating all of those judgments, those little things that you have about yourself, that self-doubt, the fear, the anger, and all of those emotions which do not allow you to be which do not allow actually you to have the intimacy with yourself. So trusting your knowing is a lifelong journey, and a lifelong journey of self-discovery and self-trust. It requires cultivating a deep connection with yourself. And how can you achieve this deep connection? By these little practices, the two tools that I am going to be sharing with you right now. One is, whenever you're tempted to say to anything, I don't know, replace it with a statement, I don't have the information about this yet. However, I am willing to have it. Stop practicing I don't know. Stop using I don't know. That is the first key. That is the first step towards knowing yourself. Showing that willingness that you are choosing to know yourself. Okay? And secondly, do know that you have all the information within. It's just that it is not available in your conscious awareness right now. Okay? With this, I, Arshia Seth, sign off with this 4th episode of Harmony Within. Bye-bye.